It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Yeah, you can do it.
He can edit it.
K&A Boxing. Here's where you save lives. Out there's where you lose your life. This is Johnny Dallas. We're back at K&A Boxing. One of the top fighters around. Johnny Dallas, he's a trainer here, he works with kids. And this is his son. What's your name? Sai? Sai? And this is Sai. And how old are you? You're 7 years old. Wow. And Johnny, how long have you been boxing for now?
Ever since he been born, I brought him to the gym and that's when he been stuck. You know, we looking forward for the future.
Yeah. Well, for one thing, you're teaching him
Discipline and how to conduct yourself as a young man. And don't get off the street. You gotta teach them while they're young to build character. That way they don't end up in the streets. You know, they end up in the ring and doing something positive instead of negative at the time.
Well, you get obviously a lot of, and he's young, and you're teaching him so many good things. And when he gets older, when you get older, you're gonna really appreciate everything your dad's doing for you, because your dad's helping you become a good young man, which you are right now. And as you get older, you're gonna teach kids the same way. You know what? The thing about it, I really gotta tell you, the people I know in this neighborhood talk highly of you because of the time you put in for them, the patience you have, your expertise as a fighter, obviously, and you're very soft-spoken gentleman. And you know what I try to tell people is, when you judge guys out on that street, here's the tough guys, here's the nice guys, here's the gentlemen, here's where life is really about, not out there. And I really respect you because you're saving so many lives that you don't even realize how many lives you're saving. Your dad's helping so many people. And you know, how do you feel like when you go home at night and you're helping these kids? Because you know what it is to get in a wreck better than anybody.
Well, I mean, I feel as though when you help somebody else, you give it back to the community. You make yourself feel good and honored to be able to do it. Some people are not able to show and to teach others. So when you got the opportunity to do that stuff and to help other people out, that's helping yourself and making your name, making a name for yourself outside of anything. Is about the people. And you can help more than one person, you're doing your job.
Yeah. Let me ask you, weren't you a champion in Europe? Or where were you?
European champion. Yeah, I fought out in Russia. I won a European title. In the States, I won a European title. In the States, I won the Golden Gloves, Junior Olympics, over 200 amateur fights. So I've already done a lot in my career. So my way of giving back to this community is coming back to the city, helping out these kids to get them off the streets and out the neighborhood. I was in the streets, I was once young. I got caught up in the traffic, I got shot 10 times. So with that learning experience, just being at the wrong place at the wrong time, and I said to myself, I'm going to teach people to never have to go through what I had to go through and help them out. So I got everybody from all walks of life to come in. I don't care, boy, girl, man, woman, child. Come in, I train you. You know, some people come in and we going to work. I don't care what time it is. I'll make the time out for the day. As long as we got 24 hours in a day, we're going to make time and we're going to do the job done.
Well, I got to tell you, for people that aren't religious, what I have a lot of faith. I think God saved you when you got shot 10 times for this purpose, saving these kids' lives that are here. and your own son and own child. And, you know, we spoke before, I don't know if you hear when I'm speaking about me, Maureen, Jimmy, we all lost children.
Right.
So we know what that pain is. We know what that suffering is. And every child that you're saving doesn't go home to their parents where they suffer the rest of their lives for losing a child. So what you're doing is so commendable, and there's not enough words I can say for how much respect I have for what you've done. I know what it is to be in jail. I know what it is to get shot up. I know what it is to get stabbed up. I've been through it all because I was a dummy as a kid. And what you're teaching these kids are not to be me, not to be dumb with their kids. You're giving them an alternative. And the biggest thing you give them is confidence. And I think every kid that comes in and sees K&A boxing, well, like I said, if you go to B&B Boxing in Camden, you see Denny Brown, who's a hell of a trainer. He trained Webster, he trained Prince Badi, and a slew of other fighters. You know, that fought Roy Jones Jr. for the people that don't know the fight business or just listening to this. It's the discipline that is taught in these places, or by Richie Lamb over in Staten Island, Hard Knocks Boxing. In any of these areas, if you're listening to this, go get discipline, understand respect, understand the tough guys are inside this ring, not on the streets. The streets are made for cowards. And I was one of those guys on the street. So I'm not saying that to ridicule anybody on the street. Just be smart enough to understand you deserve a life. Have confidence. Follow Johnny Dollars. Follow what he's doing with his son. And this is going to be the next champ because of the discipline and the hard work of his father. And if he isn't, he's going to be a hell of a human being growing up, just like the rest of these kids here. Thank you, guys. Johnny, you have anything else to say before we close it out?
Just support us. Support K&A Boxing. Help us unify. Help us help these kids. Get these kids off the streets. And let's help motivate, because these are future. Everybody that already done it, been there, done that. Now it's time for the young ones to grow up with a positive outlook of life, a good outlook of boxing, and just a structure. The main thing is having a structure for these young ones to grow out, and so they can have something to look forward to.
Thanks, everybody. Look for us. Follow me, John Elite, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. Follow my movies, my shows. Follow K&A. It's right up here again. 215-426-0000. K&A Boxing, Kensington. Look for Johnny. If you need training, discipline, he's the guy for you. I appreciate everybody. God bless you. And stay out of trouble. This is Maureen next to me. And we're going to discuss K&A Boxing, the street, and her father. Hi, Maureen. How are you?
Hi, John. Nice to be here.
Nice to see you again. Known her a lot of years, and she's got an extraordinary story, unique about herself and about her dad. Can you tell us who you are and who your dad was?
My name is Maureen Greeny. That's my nickname. McCausland. I grew up in the Kensington area, closer to North Philly. I guess what they call the Badlands. My father is a Hall of Fame boxer, or the Hall of Fame boxer, excuse me. Joseph McCausland was a roofer for a long time, 38 years.
A veteran.
A veteran. Marine.
That's a lot of respect for you veterans out there. Everybody knows I talk about this.
Yeah, sure.
Continue. Sorry.
He was a very good man, very hard worker. He was tough.
Very tough.
Yep. And he had to be. He had like at least 10 kids at the house at one time. Some of them were his own, some of them were kids from the street, you know, that he took in. He was a very kind man.
Yeah. You have something, unfortunately, in common with me. I lost a daughter. The people don't silent memories. This is for the Black Poster Project and Dee Gillen, who also lost a child. Jimmy, you lost a child. And unfortunately, all of us are in a group where we lost children. And these neighborhoods are the culprit of us losing our kids. Your father was a unique man because he saved lives as a Marine, as a fighter. What did he teach you? I know you had some trouble yourself.
Yeah, I've been a little bit of trouble before.
And your advice to these kids that are all on these streets that are coming in now, coming in to use the gym?
Keep out of the streets. Keep away from crime. Definitely keep away from drugs. Keep yourself occupied. Go to school. on the places like this, the community here.
This is a community that saves lives.
That's right, community saves lives.
For the people that don't know, this is K&A Boxing. Again, the number's right here, 215-426-1000. Come and join, speak to John Goodwin. If you're not in Kensington and you're a different location, if you're in Camden, look for Denny Brown on Florence Street in Camden, B&B Boxing. If you're in New York, Staten Island, look for Richie Lamb at Hard Knock Boxing. These are the locations, whether in Philadelphia, New York, or Camden, New Jersey, where they're saving lives. These guys every day put in the time and effort to save lives for these kids that are here. They're gonna jump in this ring. And every time they jump in this ring, it's one step forward to a positive life. Again, you lost a child. We know what that pain and suffering is. Every time I come into this neighborhood, I see in those streets nothing but death and prison. And I really appreciate that you're here telling me about your father that on these pictures. An incredible human being. He's well known in these streets.
Absolutely.
Here he is with Joe Frazier and a couple other guys. For the people that don't know who he is, look him up, find him, follow him. You have your son with you. And hi, Damien. And here's somebody doing positive things. He's trying to be an actor. He's involved in doing things the right way and not staying out in those streets. As a young girl, and we don't have to go into your troubles, but you tested the waters out in those streets, and these are killing fields here. Am I wrong? I mean, you grew up here.
Absolutely. Well, one good thing, I've been around a lot of tough people, even as a kid, gang wars and bad schools in Kansas City and so on and so forth. But my dad told me to be a little smart and basically take care of yourself and handle yourself. Some people aren't cut through these streets, though. These streets can eat people alive. They come down here and try a little bit of drugs, and before you know it, their whole life is over. You know, so it's, you know, but I've seen so many people get hurt down here. I've lost probably 7 nephews besides my son.
That's
And so
incredible.
many friends, yes, John, and so many friends that did like 20 years in prison, 10 years in prison, all drug users.